This video will show you how I make one of my bronze podform sculptures. I've been working on the podform series for nearly 20 years. It's a sculptural form I make by hammering the shape out of a flat sheet of bronze using traditional silversmithing techniques. Each time I make a podform, it evolves from making previous versions, continually bringing the series forward with slight adaptations to the form and the process of making. This is a journey that takes me on an instinctive response to the material and the process of making, and brings me to a deeper understanding and refinement of the series. I start with a flat sheet of bronze, then using a fine saw blade I cut out the starting shape that I want. To start off, I select a heavy doming hammer with a gently curved face. Resting the bronze over a curved wooden block, I strike it down into the recess, pushing the bronze down and out. Starting with a row around the edge, the next row is struck inside it, parallel to the first row. I continue hammering in concentric rows, moving in towards the centre. At this stage, the bronze has been pushed to its limits and is getting hard. You can hear how the tone of the metal has changed, and see the ricochet as the hard metal bounces from the hammer blows. I also work the two ends, knocking back the top and base. The bronze has now been pushed to its limits and has become work hardened. It can no longer be stretched and could be split from further hammering, so the bronze must be annealed, heating it with the flame of a gas torch until it is red hot. This reorders the crystals in the bronze and returns the bronze to a malleable condition, suitable for further working. After annealing, the bronze is pickled in a light acid bath. This removes the oxide layer from the annealing and cleans the metal. It is then washed and dried and the process repeated. For the second course of sinking, I move to a deeper wooden block, again striking the first row around the edge and continuing with concentric rows in towards the centre, carefully stretching the bronze down and out. When I finish sinking the centre, I continue to knock back the two ends. Again, the bronze is pushed to its limits and is annealed to return it to a malleable state. This I repeat for a number of courses. It's a slow, repetitive process, coaxing the bronze a little further at each stage. Here I'll show you what the speeded up process looks like, hammering down a full course. As the piece gets deeper, my hammer won't reach down past the edge, so I move to a longer curved hammer to continue to stretch the bronze down and out into the form I want. When I've pushed the bronze into the correct shape, the surface needs to be smoothened out. Holding the bronze over a curved steel anvil and using a leather mallet, I bouge the metal, striking the bronze against the shaped anvil to smoothen out any irregularities. After bouging, the bronze is planished. A highly polished steel hammer is used to strike the bronze against the curved anvil, pinching the bronze between the hammer and anvil. The planishing process smoothens out the surface and refines the form. The process of planishing is one of entering a calm, relaxed and repetitive state. Hundreds upon hundreds of light hammer blows carefully smoothen out and perfect the form, leaving the pattern of smooth planishing marks speckled across the surface. When the shape is perfected, the edges are knocked over. This is to create a lip, creating a raised ridge to make a feature of where the two sections will be joined together. Both sides are then filed up to make a perfect fit. They are bound with iron wire to hold them together, then soldered with silver solder, which melts at about 800 degrees Celsius. It is filed down to remove any excess silver solder and smoothen out the joint. With a planishing hammer and steel stake, the shape is further refined. This is where the tactile sense of touch is so important to help achieve the perfect form. The top part of this sculpture is a spiculum, a hollow tapered tube. This is made from a long tapered sheet of bronze, hammering to raise up the sides, first into a U shape, then closing over the edges to meet together. The joined up edges of the spiculum are then soldered together, forming a solid tube. This long, elegant shape is further refined by careful hammering. At every stage, the relationship of the parts are checked, always looking to the harmony of the finished form. Made to fit perfectly together, the spiculum is then soldered to the base with silver solder. The surface of the bronze is finished by rubbing it down with different abrasive pads. This removes any blemishes and is a key for the patination. The tip of the sculpture is highly polished and then gold plated in 22 karat gold, and the rest of the sculpture is finished by patination. Patination is a natural process of corrosion on the surface of the bronze, but I use chemicals to speed up this process. I use hot torch patinas, heating the bronze, which will allow the patina to bind with the surface. Heat control is crucial for a good patina. The bronze should sigh as a wet patina solution evaporates as soon as it touches the hot metal. Patination is more of an art form than an exact control technique. Layer upon layer of patina are built up to achieve the perfect colour. When the desired effect is achieved with the patina, it is finished by sealing it with a layer of Renaissance wax. This seals the surface of the patina and protects it into the future. My bronze sculptures have an energy and growth and have been compared to natural forms. For me, this comes from a deep understanding of how to work with bronze in an instinctive and organic way.